Star family. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, my name is Petra and welcome to Rockin' with the Stars. We are so glad to have you here with the Star family. All right, and we're going to go get right into it with the pick a card reading. So, like I said, we are on the Goddess series still at the moment, and let's see. Let's go ahead and see what goddesses, need to assist you during this time. So let's see. This in the season of transformation, in the season of new beginnings, even with the 8/8 portal coming up today, I believe it's tomorrow. So whenever this comes out, I don't know if it'll come out. It'll be the 8/8 portal or not. We'll see. But yes, let's welcome in this expansive energy and let's see what goddesses want to assist us in this time of expansion, in this time of welcoming in the abundance. And that is what the message is of this reading, this pick card reading specifically, is to believe that you are worthy of these things coming in. So whether you need to grow in self-confidence of, of like you deserving good things. Let's see what goddesses want to come and assist you during this time, okay? All right, spirit goddesses, what? Okay, let's see. Okay. Ooh, all right. All right, so these are the goddesses that are assisting at this time. The first one that came out is one that came out in, one of the other readings, but she was like, listen, come on. She said, I believe it came out in this order. Let's fix it. Yeah, so Tatuba came out again, number 4, and it is the feeling of safety. So if you guys feel at this time that it is kind of, you guys might be in a season where you're letting go of anxiety or just depression, but really more so anxiety of or fear of the newness coming into your season, into this new season of expansion and growth. Sometimes we are afraid of change. We are afraid of these new things coming in. So Tatuba, the goddess of safety, came out for pile number 1. So if this card is what's speaking to you, go ahead and meditate on it and see if Tatuba is pile number 1 is calling to you of wanting to feel safe in your body, in your space, in your environment. Okay, and the next card that came out is Medusa. Come on. All right, and this is the card number 23. Tatuba was a card number 4. So you see how it's the acceleration. We have 4, then 5, then 8. So the number, she is 5, and Medusa, she is rage. Okay, come on now. And listen, I'm feeling a little tingly right now. I'm feeling a little like I'm scratching my feet and my ankles right now. Okay, so if it's the feeling of there's resentment or there's anger that is stored in the body that you are fearful of allowing it to come out because of many injustices that might have happened. Medusa is here saying like, listen, anger is a superpower, okay? You should not be afraid of your anger. You should not be afraid of the things that you've been through, the things that you have to endure. Medusa is coming out and saying like, you can utilize this rage and pour it into your creativity, okay? Like, bitch, it's like, bitch, get mad. Like, come on now. Like, that's what Medusa is saying. Like, and even with the both of these goddesses of not feeling safe and being in the season of, welcoming, allowing your emotions, those difficult emotions to come out and still feel safe within your body. So both of these goddesses came out. So now let's see, girl. Let's see. So for pile number, let me fix the light real quick. All right, so now we have the last card that came out, pile number 3, and her name is Nagami. She is the goddess of desire. So it's hilarious. Well, it's just beautiful how the number 8, and we're just talking about the 8/8 portal, how all of your desires can come to fruition if you allow them to come in for you. So this is for pile number 3. And I love all of these goddesses that are coming in for you because this is a season of letting go of things that no longer worked for you, letting go of old stagnant just emotions that have been stored in your body, so you can create a safe space for these emotions to come out in a creative way, or to welcome in, different emotions. We have desire, we have love, we have pleasure. These goddesses are coming all out to assist you in this journey. So all the timestamps will be down in the description box below. If you're drawn to more than one pal, that is okay. You do not, there's no wrong answer. There's no wrong choice, okay? So use your intuition and go ahead and meditate on whatever card, whatever goddess is speaking to you at this time. I'm going to go ahead and put on the meditation so you guys can sit and meditate and see what card is assist you, what goddess is assist you at this time. Also, I do want to say that I am offering personal readings. So if you would like a reading, all of that will be in the description box below. And also all the decks that I am using will be down in the description box below. All right, now let's get right into the reading. I'll see you guys there. Bye. Hello, pal number one. So you guys chose Tituba, and she is the goddess of feeling safe. Card number 4. You guys might be seeing 444 a lot, or just having that energy, because even the number 4, if we look at the number 4 in numerology, the 4 is stability, the 4 is security, the 4 is stableness, the 4 is being grounded. I get very much like earth energy. I get very much like Capricorn, Taurus, everything that is on the ground, everything that creates stability, that is practical, but it's also the feeling within your body. So being safe within your body. Tituba gives you that feeling of safety. And I'm going to definitely read her message. I know it came out in another pal. So I'm going to be brief with her message, but her message was how she came out in a time during the witch trials. And even with the witch trials, how people condemned her because she was different, because she utilized her abilities. And a lot of times, maybe you, pal number one, you are very intuitive. You are, you probably give off a witchy vibe. You probably love watching witch shows, or just supernatural shows and stuff like that. And there's a reason why we get drawn to certain shows and certain things like those things, because those things are within us, whether it's in this life or even in the past life. But Tituba speaks on creating that safety, because in her time when she was out in the world, she was not safe. She was not safe to be her authentic self. So maybe you guys, pal number one, have felt that you guys have not been able to be safe in your own body, in your own skin, in the world. Because of how different, how unique, how divergent you are, how intuitive you are, how powerful your energy is, your magnetism is. And sometimes when we feel that we are not safe, we dim our lights. So, pal number one, Tituba is saying that it is finally safe for you to be safe, okay? It is time for you to be safe. And if you guys didn't read the past or look at the past, pick a card reading when she did come out, I can go ahead and reread her message for you guys to feel safe in your skin, in your body, in the world. Because at the end of the day, we have to, we know our energy takes us up space. Our energy goes wherever it goes first before our body physically gets there. And if you know that you are divinely protected. Nobody can touch you. You are divinely, truly, okay, protected. And sometimes when we are in difficult spaces, or even in the space of change, of expansion, of new environments, we can feel that our body, what is going on? It's fearful, because the body remembers fear. It stores fear unless we do our best to transmute that. Okay, so let's see what Tatuba has to say for you guys. Okay, so Tatuba, so like I said, so she is the goddess of feeling safe, and she's from Barbados, Guyana, Salem, and the temple is ancestors, you know, so the element is air, and the great ancestress Tatuba was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in the 1692 Salem witch trials. She was most likely kidnapped from the Guyana region in South America and then sold through a Barbados plantation. So Tatuba's guidance is, it is finally safe to be you. You have wandered through a dark night. Your trip has been long. There is light ahead. Your liberation is apparent. Embodiment, you deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. Feeling safe is feeling at home in your body. Feeling safe is trusting your journey. Feeling safe is feeling free around those you love. Feeling safe is trusting that the sun will rise again. If you grow up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, reset your default expectations to a healthier vibration. The goddess declaration is, I am safe. It is safe to be safe. All right, so like I said, pile number one, whether you grew up, it's in an environment, and sometimes our environment, whether you guys have been taking on so many energies that are not yours, you know, and there's no way to transmute it. So that's how we fall into anxiety. That's how we fall into depression, because we're taking on energies from everybody outside of us, and we're classifying it as if it's ours, you know. Granted, it can be now, or it can just be through what our ancestors go through, because Tatuba is the goddess of, like, ancestors. This is what we have gone through. It's been generational of trauma that we have experienced. It's in us. It's in our body. Our body knows. Our body remembers. Our cells, our DNA remembers these things. So pound number one, Tatuba is saying it is finally safe for you to be authentically yourself. It's time for you to stop dimming your light. It's time for you to step out and be seen. And the way I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself. You know, this is an energetic exchange, because I'm saying, like, I'm giving myself this message as well. It is finally safe for you, pound number one, to be who you are authentically at your core. You know, express yourself, have that childlike, you know, energy, because a child walks into the world, and a child is not worrisome of, like, oh, who's gonna get me, this person. No, a child goes out and be themselves, and they know they're protected. Okay, because you already know the spirit team, they gonna be protecting that child, period. Okay, nobody can get past that child, you know, nobody, you know. The spirit works. Okay, we have to believe and have faith that spirit works. We do not have to be walking in fear all the time, because there is things that we don't see that spirit protects us from, and you know, and we have to have faith that that is happening, because it is. Okay, so now let's see what else comes out for you guys, pot number one, because it's just this energy of welcoming in change, and I feel like unlearning, you know, that we are not safe, unlearning that, and knowing that, hey, actually, we are definitely safe. This one is to come out, so let me go ahead and take that. Learning that we are not safe. It's like, all right, cool. You know, learning that, unlearning that we are not safe, and learning that we are safe. It is safe to finally be you, you know. And granted, if that bothers other people, that's not a you thing. What I'm learning now is, like, not to take anything personal at all. If you're a disruptor, your energy disrupts without you trying to do stuff. Because you being authentically yourself, it disrupts, and that's what happens, and that's okay. All right, okay, that's the last card. I was going to get one more. All right, and let's see. Even with the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Opportunities coming in. All right, pile number one. So let me get this all in order, and then I'll be right back. All right, let's get right into it. So we have the Hermit, to the Sun, to the Six of Swords. So just these three cards alone from getting out of this state, because we stay in Hermit energy. And I do want to talk about that, because a lot of times when we don't feel safe, we isolate. And I feel like it's helpful, but it can also be our own detriment as well, because with the Hierophant needs to take a step back from the world in order to be introspective and reflect and see where he is currently and see where he wants to go. Um, as he takes a reflection on the past and all of these things. So it's a very introspective card, but the times of when things kind of get a little, it kind of gets depressing because we're not being social, because humans, we are social beings. We are beings that need to be out in the world and socializing and having fun and playing and stuff like that. So with the Hierophant, I do feel like it is important to have those times to go pour into yourself and to know what is your own energy and what is not your own energy, because that's the only way you're able to know, is to sit with yourself and say, like, wait a minute, like, why am I feeling this way? Is this my energy or is this somebody else's fucking energy? So it's to be mindful of the things that's around you, your environment. So I feel like that's why it's so important to have moments of, introspection and to pour solely into yourself. Being selfish, Hermit, is going within yourself. But I feel like Spirit is saying, like, okay, it's time for you to step on out. With the Sun card coming out, like, yeah, it's time for you to shine. You've done all the researching and consuming of information, of knowledge, of wisdom, of things, of yourself, of like learning yourself. You've done all of those things. You've done all of those things of learning who you are. We go through numerology, we go through astrology, we go through all of these different methods, modes, and modalities of like trying to learn who we are at our core. But at the end of the day, in order for that wisdom to stick, we have to go outside in the world and like really express ourselves and really learn. And I covered it up because I'm like, listen, I don't want I don't want YouTube to do anything. But yeah, so it's like we have to go out in the world and be that childlike energy. Like I said, it's being that childlike energy, coming outside, expressing yourself in environments that actually pour into you. And I'm not saying I'm not saying you need to be everywhere, because point number one, if you are a sensitive being, and I say sensitive, and when I say sensitive, I speak sensitive as if it's a superpower, being sensitive. You just have to know who all you need to be surrounding yourself with. You can't be in everybody energy, and that's just what it is. Your energy, if you feel drained at a certain environment, go. And literally, me speaking on that, look at the Six of Swords, baby. If the environment is not serving you no more, it's time for you to go ahead and get up out of there. It's time for you to get on out. Okay, there are spaces and places that welcome your energy, that aren't afraid of your energy disrupting their life, because they've been a disruptor, and they know that they've had to embrace change. Go where you are appreciated in this season, not staying in the dark, staying in a place where you have to survive, because yes, we learn so many things out of survival, but if our whole life is in survival, how do we embrace unconditional love? How do we embrace love that wants to pour into us? How do we embrace grace? Everything does not have to be a fight. All right, so go where you are appreciated, go where you feel poured into. And with the Knight of Wands, I feel like you're doing just that. In this season, it's like these energies, that it's like the fire is getting lit up on your butt. Okay, it's like, oh, I gotta go, like, or I need to take action, or I need to create a world that I love. I need to create a space that I feel safe in. Let me create this space. Sometimes we stay in our environment. We're like, oh, I don't like this job. I don't like this relationship. I don't like this friendship. And it's like, what are you doing to like create a space? Are you leaving? If you don't want to leave, are you creating a safe haven for you to just be in your emotions and decide if you would like to leave and stay, and decide if you would like change? What are you doing? So the King of Wands gives masculinity. It gives that masculine. It gives fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and we are in a Leo season. But I feel like this applies to just the masculinity, the masculine energy of taking action. And because the Hermit, it gives that introspective of like going within and like following your emotions and stuff like that. That's very feminine energy. It's very like, I want to be inclusive. I want to be in, introspective and know who I am at my core, and which means going within. It's the moon, it's the emotions. But now Knight of Wands is like, let's take action. We've done all of these. We've done all these introspective work. We've known who we are. Now we got to know who we are outside in the world. And with Temperance, it's balance. You know, I just spoke of the yin and the yang energy. I've been feeling that even just today. I'm like, I've been saying like, you know, it's healing. It's allowing my femininity and embracing my femininity, but also teaching my femininity to not be fearful of masculine energy, because we've been so of like, let me put ourselves down, let me dim my light, you know? And it's like, no, we have masculine energy within ourselves. Allow our masculine energy to come out, because our masculine energy protects us. Our masculine energy gives us that take charge, that willpower to get things done and stay, that focusedness, you know? Our masculine energy gives us all of that. So it has to be in harmony with the feminine energy. And when you're in harmony with the feminine energy, the feminine and the masculine energy coming together, anything outside of you cannot, like, you can't fear anything outside of you. Because if you need protection, the masculine energy gonna step up and be like, hold on now, let me guard my heart. Hold on now. You know, the masculine energy is gonna step out, you know? So pile number one is it's important for you to not be fearful of your power, because I feel like that's what it is. It's a fear of being seen. It's a fear of success, but it's also a fear of your power and how powerful you are, you know? So now we have the Queen of Wands. And with the Queen of Wands, it's like literally what I said, stepping into your power and knowing that everything is going to be okay. You are divinely protected. Even with the grandma, like it looks like, I don't know if with the Queen of Wands, it just gives me grandma energy. I was gonna say grandma energy, but really, the ancestors. You know, your ancestors, they protect you. They see you. They've seen all that you've been through. They've seen all the things that you did not see. You know, and they are protecting you. They are protecting the little girl within you, because a lot of times, you know, we step into high places and these environments, you know, and we feel like we don't belong here, or our inner child feels like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. I can't handle this. I'm overwhelmed. But the ancestors, they are protecting you. They are like, we are here with you. You're going to be stepping in these rooms and you're going to belong there, okay? Because we gave you the qualifications, okay? We already told you was qualified, period, okay? So that's what I'm getting, pile number one. And you're getting out of this Eight of Swords energy and getting out of this energy of feeling like you are stuck, feeling like there's no other options coming in for you. And this is the only way, and especially with options, thinking that this job is the only form of income that I can receive. This is the only way I can get to where, to get to my destination. We create these limitations, but I feel like, pile number one, you guys, with it coming out in reverse, you guys are getting out of feeling like you are limited due to your circumstances, due to your environment, due to these things, due to your beliefs, you know, that you've learned that has been ingrained in you. Is breaking free of these chains, breaking free of these limitations that our mind creates. And that's why I said our mind creates these things. It's up to us to break free of the limitations that the mind puts on us. The mind tells us, oh, you're lazy because you're resting. Oh, then you believe that. It's the mind. So when you break free of the mind and you have that millionaire mindset and you're like, actually, you know, I'm not worried about that. Like, I'm an abundant person. My blessings aren't going to come in. You break free of those limitations, then now you are attracted and you are on a timeline of abundance, okay? And it's welcoming that. Now that you feel that within your core, you being in that environment, you being on that wavelength, you will not self-sabotage. You know, like, oh, I deserve to be here. There's no imposter syndrome. You'll be like, actually, I deserve to be in this room, period, you know? Yes, and you eat it up. Come on now. And with the Hierophant, it gives that just spiritually, like that spiritual connection, you know, because a lot of these things, a lot of these places, all of the human experience is a spiritual experience. I always say that it is a human experience. And it's that balance of the spirituality and the physical. And I was just saying, like, it's the balance of the spirituality and the physical, because when you have a thought and idea, you have a vision of the things that you want to create and you bring it down into reality, that is spiritual. That is magic. That is manifestation. And I feel like you're getting in a space where you are owning your power. Maybe you guys are, I feel like pile number one, you guys are very powerful. You guys are manifestors, and sometimes we can be afraid of that power because when things are manifesting outside of you and it happens fast, it's like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming. What is happening? But pile number one is saying that you guys are in a space where you are accepting your power. You are accepting both the feminine and the masculine, the yin and the yang within yourself. Okay. And now you're going to be aligned in vibrations with other people who know their power, with other people who know who they are. And I just said this today while I was walking. I was just like, people, it's a vast difference between knowing who you are and knowing what you've been through. A lot of people attach what they've been through to who they are. And that's why people outside of them reflect and say, like, they only know what you've been through, but they don't know who you are at your core. Okay, pile number one? It's because we attach a story saying, like, this is what I've been through. But what you've been through is not who you are. Just because you've been through it doesn't mean that's what you are. It's what you overcame. But you know who you are. And once you know who you are, nobody outside of you can tell you who you are. Pile number one. Okay, and this is a long reading, but I feel like y'all have to hear that because I needed to hear it. I was telling it to myself. And the last card that came out is justice, period. Now you are receiving the justice. You're receiving the balance, Justice for all that you've been through, from all the injustices. You are receiving that balance, that give and take. You've probably been overgiven to the wrong people. And I don't even say it's the wrong people. You had to learn from those people. You had to learn adversity. You had to learn in contrast. Now it's time for you to learn reciprocity. True reciprocity. Things that pour into your soul, your being. Now that you're pouring that, people can pour that into you without asking for anything else. But it's also like having that discernment. Because like I said, pile number one, your energy, like be selfish with your energy. Okay, not everybody needs to be in your energy at all. It's having that discernment. Because with the Knight of Pentacles coming out, opportunities will come out, and you don't have to say yes. You do not need to say yes to every opportunity that wants to come out because they see your light before you saw it. And now that your light has expanded, now that your magnetism is growing, they're like, oh, she ready. But you have to vet those intentions and vet what they have, like have that discernment. And even me reading, looking at readings and them speaking on like the astrology of, the card being in the Venus being in Virgo, it gives very much discernment. Virgos have that discernment of like, if it don't make sense, like if it's not this, that, they look at the little details, the fine details in the contract. And it's like, oh, it online, I don't want to do it, period. It's having that discernment with all of these opportunities coming in. And judgment right underneath. Like, this is your judgment. Like, everything, God has seen everything that you've been through, pile number one. Don't think that the world is happening to you. It's happening for you. Okay? And I do want to just pull a couple of angel number cards. And let's see, okay? I love this for pile number one because you are truly receiving your blessings. And I just don't want you guys to self-sabotage and feel like you don't deserve these blessings that want to come in for you. And I'm speaking to myself as well because I've seen myself self-sabotage certain things, whether it's a relationship or a friendship or, job opportunities where I'm like, I wasn't ready, but everything was in divine time. All right. And I think I want to get one more card that wants to come out. All right, cool. So the first card that came out is 1001. Literally, pile number one. You guys are going through a spiritual awakening. It says spiritual awakening. New beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and heading in the right direction. So you guys felt that you guys were not on the right direction because you've been wandering and stuff like that. Spirit is saying, no, you guys are in alignment. You guys might be seeing 1111. It says a new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the right path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. Literally. Literally. And then we have 999, release, balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. It was just said that. Justice. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you are experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you, excuse me, how can you make room for something new to emerge? And that's why I said this is a cycle of ending. You know, it's you end one thing so things can come in, but you have to make room. So like literally clearing out. I literally just told somebody that, and I'm just saying, like, I'm telling myself as well, but clearing out, you know, things that's no longer serving you anymore. We have a lot of the past that's just like accumulating, and I'm talking to myself. I'm like, I gotta go through some stuff that I've been accumulating. It's time for me to just throw it out because I don't need it anymore. But also your body is, you might be into purging, you know, purging, you know, things from your body, stored emotions, all of those things. All right. So now let's see what affirmations want to come out for you guys. Okay. Well, 2 wanted to come out. All right. So the first one is, ooh, I am meeting my own definition of success. Pile number 1, I literally just said, like, you know, you guys are welcoming in success. Like, it's here. And it says, I am worthy of my dreams. Then I say that's gonna be the title of the reading. Like, you are worthy. Okay? You are worthy of success, of abundance. All right? But that is all I have for you guys. Pile number 1. If this message resonates, if this message resonates, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it to anybody that you feel may need to hear this message at this time. I am offering personal readings, so if you guys want to go ahead and support me or whatever, go ahead. Everything is in the description box down below. I will see you guys next time. Y'all stay flowing, glowing, and growing. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. So you guys have Medusa, and it's the card number 23, and she is the goddess of rage. So just off bat of just looking at this card, I just get a lot of stored emotions of whether it's anger, resentment, rage, just a lot of emotions that you have not expressed because of fear of how other people will react to your emotions. And that's what I feel. It's a lot of bottled up energy, a bottled up emotions of hurt and past pain that you guys have been fearful of releasing, because anger is one of those things. When we talk of fire, and I love that it's coming out in, you know, Leo season, but heavy on just that fire energy with the 8-8 portal coming out as well. I just feel like it's just a lot of these energies of, you know, it's fire energy, and fire is a blessing, but it's also one of those things where it's like you got to be careful of, because you don't want it to be too hot, you know, because fire can burn you. It's a light and it's a shadow aspect of different things. Fire is creativity, fire is passion, fire is expression, fire is, you know, these things, but it can also burn, it can also cause, you know, destruction as well. So I feel like for you guys, pile number 2, you guys have a lot of stored up emotions of anger, of rage that has not been released yet. Because when you think of anger and you think of these things, even road rage, you think of these things where those little aspects of like fire comes out in these spur moments. And for some people it's like, because I know for me it's like, all right, I say my little one too, and then I keep it pushing. But who knows if my body is storing that, and they're just like, no, like there's a lot that I haven't talked my ish yet, I haven't did this whatever to release anger, because it's to find a way to cope with anger is very It's a methodical kind of way. You have to see what works for you, and it's heavy on finding things that work for you. Whether you have to write out and talk your mess, and I got this from Drika Gates, because Drika was like, she writes out everything. If somebody pissed her off, she writes it in her journal, and then she tears out the paper and she burns it. And I feel like that's a great way for you to like get it out on paper and get it out of your system, put it out back into the, into the universe. Also, if that is not something that you want to do, there's what is it, those places where you break glass and you throw stuff and you hit stuff. Maybe that's something that you want to do. Okay, you can go ahead and do that as well. Or maybe even boxing, get that out of you. It's a lot of stored emotions of that fire that is within, because of things in the past, of hurts, of injustices, or things that did not sit right with you, that I feel as though that wants to come out. And I feel like you can definitely utilize anger and rage in a creative pursuit. Like, you can utilize, that's why when you look at songs and stuff like that, they pour it out in their songs, and that's how they transmute it. But I feel like for pound number 2 is being mindful of the things that you pour out, because the shadow aspects of fire, you want to utilize it and transmute it into light. So I feel like you guys, pound number 2, are needing that assistance of how to pour or how to transmute anger into light. And that could be in painting, creative wise, or writing, whatever may works for you guys. But I think you guys needed just assistance on that, and Medusa is here to say, like, hey, I'm here to assist. She had a lot to be angry about. So let's see what Medusa has to say for you guys. Okay, so Medusa is the shadow of rage, and is from Libya. The temple is shadows. The element is fire. Medusa is feared as an ugly, vicious monster bitch. Girl, the truth, this Libyan, I hope I'm saying this right, this Libyan Berber dark goddess of wisdom's rage is sacred, epic, and fully justified. You are pissed off and petrified, angry and shaken, but underneath that, you are hurt and heartbroken. Feeling undervalued is overwhelming. You can't stay silent anymore. Let your joys, hopes, and beauty rage on. Embodiment. Take a breath. Close your eyes and put both hands over your lower abdomen. Tune into the part of you that feels out of control. Flood it with loving, healing, golden light. Now put both hands over your heart and do the same. Have to take a breath with you guys. Pound number 2. All right. It says you have a right to your full range of emotions, including anger. Sacred rage inspires us to run for office, lead protests, and shift policies. But unhealthy rage can devour your very soul. Get clear on what is really happening. Allow yourself to feel your feelings, to see the truth. Just because you feel threatened does not mean you are being threatened. Ooh, pound number 2. I received that. Come on now. The Goddess Declaration. I have a right to feel my feelings. And I feel like that was everything. But I love how she gave examples of how sacred rage can be utilized. Protests, shifting policies. I was just talking about how pound number 1 is that energy of disruptor. But even for you, pound number 2, is that energy of change. Like, of justified change. If something, like, you're feeling rage within yourself, those are the people that are on the front line that are protesting the things that they feel raged about, in policies, and shifting those things to bring beautiful change into this world. So with you guys, pound number 2, it's one of those things of like allowing yourself to feel your feelings. And I say every time I'm speaking to you guys, I'm speaking to myself as well. Feeling your feelings, because what really stuck out to me is when the message said, just because you feel threatened doesn't mean that you are being threatened. And with pile number one of, maybe you guys need to look at pile number one as well, but of how the feeling of safety. Sometimes when we don't feel safe, we create scenarios, or we be paranoid of the things outside of us. We think that we are being threatened, so we get in this mode of like, oh, I'm going to protect myself. It's this fire of like, I'm gonna listen, but Medusa is saying, like, just because you feel these things does not necessarily mean that it is true. Okay, so it's really tapping into your body and tapping in, like, why is this happening? Like, why is my stomach dropping right now because this person stepped into the room? What is going on? What is something within myself, of feeling undervalued, of feeling underappreciated, of feeling these things that I have, that you have, I have. We talking to ourselves at this time, at this moment. But feeling yourself and feeling deep within the depths of you, why is this coming up? And a lot of things is past pain. It stems from childhood, or not even just childhood. It could stem from past lives, generationally. That has happened. Pound number two. So now let's see let's see what one that comes. Let's see what, girl. Let's see what wants to come out at this time. All right. Look, I'm getting tongue tied. Come on now. But yeah, I love this, because when we think of creativity, you have full range of your emotions and allowing them to come out in whatever way that it wants to come out with no judgment. I feel like that is something that you needed to hear about number two, because we judge ourselves and we shame ourselves for feeling our feelings or having these emotions come out. But it's necessary, and your feelings are valid. Your emotions deserve a voice. All right. Ooh, and this just came out. Come on, Tower. All right, come on. Let's see. What does pile number two need to hear? And I'm feeling like very heavy on my shoulders of like, maybe you guys been carrying so much, by yourself. Ooh, and with the 10 of wands coming out right next, like literally I just said it, like of you been carrying so much of like so many other people's baggage and shit. And it's like, girl, no. Ooh. Man. All right. Yes. With the 7 of wands, like with the 7 of wands, I get just trying to have a foundation and set your foundation, and trying so hard to have, like, even defensive. I get 7 of wands, I get defensive energy as well, trying to stand your ground and be like, let me do this. But with it coming out in reverse, I feel like, okay, you guys are stopping that. You guys are like, all right, let me get out of this energy. Let me let go of all of this baggage, all of these things. But let me go ahead and see what all wants to come out, and then we're going to dive into it. So let's see, Spirit, what all else wants to come out? All right. Anything else? Okay. All right, cool. That's all I'm taking. Bottom of the deck, we have the World. All right, let me get these cards together, and then we're gonna go ahead and see what's going on. All right, so pile number two. Yes. I literally just said, like, I've been feeling, it was just the heaviness on my shoulders. So, like, literally when the 10 of wands came out, I said it even before it even came out, and y'all saw it. It was just like carrying so much. We carry so much things, and this could be pain. This can be so many different things from the past that we no longer need. We accumulated all these things, and that's why this Tower moment had to come out. You see the Tower moment? And it goes back to even just the rage, because it looks like it's chaotic. It looks the shadow is destruction. But this destruction is so sacred, because the divine comes in and allows for things to break down, so things can be rebuilt again. You know, that foundation was not sturdy. So that's why you need that tower to come out. You know, that's why the lightning needs to come out. And we see like, oh my gosh, that was a lot, you know, but it was necessary and it was justified. And that is why your rage is also, your emotions is also that as well. It's also justified. You know, there's a lot of stored up things that you've carried, you know, from past, you know, connections, past relationships, past disappointments that you've carried. And I'm like, even just responsibilities as well. Like, because I'm like, my shoulder was like so heavy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm straining right now. You know, it was carrying so many responsibilities that are not yours to carry, pile number two. So it's literally getting out of this energy with the Seven of Wands of literally getting out of this energy of defending yourself, defending these things that no longer serve you. Because a lot of times we get comfortable being in spaces and places that we feel like, no, this has always been what it is. I have all of these things, and it gives like Taurus energy. It gives toward like just the energy of like accumulating so many different things, and we defend it like, no, this is mine. This is the path. This is what I should do. And it's like, no, like get out of this energy of you feeling threatened and you thinking that everything is, it's there, people outside of you or things outside of you are trying to threaten you. It's like, no, it's within your body. It's getting outside of that. Getting outside of that. Even with the Five of Pentacles, you guys might be seeing 555 a lot as well, of that change, because this came out in reverse. But even with the Five of Pentacles, it speaks of holding on to your pentacles, holding on to it, you know, like holding it. It's like the lack mentality. You know, when you think of lack mentality, you hold on so tight to, oh no, I gotta hold on, no, it's like, no, it coming out in reverse. And even with this, it's like with the child, him being with his child, and oh yes, so like his leg, and he's also trying to take care of the child in the picture, and it's just like, he's unable to, you know. And that's why I say I speaks of responsibility. So you guys might take care of somebody at this time, or like have, you know, whether it's family members having to take care of a sick person, and having that responsibility on your shoulders of having to show up, to take care of your loved ones. And the whole thing about it being in reverse is just the fact that, like, how are you able to show up for your loved ones and really care for them if you aren't caring for yourself? You're in defensive mode. You're in holding on to all of these responsibilities, and you're not pouring into yourself. You're slowly dying, you know, because you're not pouring into yourself. You're not pouring into your soul. And with the devil in reverse, I just feel like you guys are getting out of that energy, because the devil speaks of just contracts and bindings and things that keeps us stuck. Things, agreements that keeps us in, that we feel, which is in the mind. We feel as though we are binded to it. We are binded to the past. We are binded to these things. But in reverse, I just feel like you guys are getting out of that. You guys are getting out of that energy of like feeling that you are binded and that anybody outside of you has control over you or in what you do, all of those things. No, that's not the case. You know, with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like it's time for you to build what you want to build. Okay, we be trying to please everybody outside of us, and it's like, no, that's why these things aren't working. It's not stable. That's why the tower had to come out. It's what you put forth. You pour into what you want, your craft. What is it? Pound number two. Decide there and then just pour into it. When you build your own craft, the people around you, the people that want to support you as you build, they will come up and show out. We do not have to seek validation from the people outside of us. You know, no, we don't. You do that. Pour into your own craft, and everybody outside of you, things will change outside of you. Keep going. Okay? And with the Seven of Swords, as time goes on and the time moves on, you will collect the things that you need to collect. And that's why I said all of these things, you didn't need these 10 freaking swords. You didn't need 10 of these 10 wands, these things. You was carrying all of that. But now as you build, you are able to build a sturdier foundation with the Seven of Swords. I get that. That's what I'm getting, you know. I'm getting, you're able to as time goes on, and that's why I say it's turtles in the hair. It's slow and steady. As you continue to build and pour into yourself, now you'll be able to create, and then the people outside of you can help you. And that's why I said it comes out of this Two of Swords energy of feeling like you are stuck. Upright. She is blindfolded. She got two swords. And she's like, where do I go? What direction? I feel like you guys are having clarity. And in reverse, it gives clarity. I'm able to see my path. I'm able to keep moving. You know? I have that clarity to keep on pushing forward, to keep showing up. I'm focused. Okay? And with the world card ending out your reading, I just love this energy for you guys, pile number 2, because literally the world shows up for you. You are the main character of your reality. You can shift and change whatever you decide you want to shift and change. Okay, but it starts from shifting and changing within yourself, and then allowing everything outside of you to catch up. Okay, pile number 2. So now let's see what else. And even the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom. I just get very much abundance energy just wants to come out for you guys. So let's see what else. Pile number 2. Oh, excuse me. What angel numbers want to assist you at this time? I did say 555. So if you guys been seeing 555 a lot, go ahead. Like, getting out of a season of just being solely in your emotions, but even just shaming your emotions. I feel like now you're able to express it, whether it's verbally, artistically, whatever the case may be. Like, you're not afraid to express what you've been feeling. I feel like this one to come out. This was, yep. That came out in the first reading. Okay. So literally, you guys, pile number 2, I feel like everybody that comes across this reading, y'all are going through a spiritual awakening. Okay? Because literally, if I can pick it up, literally pile number 1 got the same thing. 1001, spiritual awakening. New beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and heading in the right direction. A new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass, okay? This too shall pass. And then we have 1515, the big break. Innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills, and goals. An opportunity, help, extra cash, or other support is coming your way. So keep going and have fun when performing your task. The most tremendous success comes from passion. All efforts will be rewarded big time. And that's what I said, pile number 2, because literally as you rebuild, as you build and pour into your craft, you have to ask yourself, am I passionate about this? And I already know, pile number 2, with this rage, with this fire energy, you guys are passionate already. So it's like, all right, pour that passion into your arts. And that passion, that pain turns into passion, which is love. You share that love with everybody. You share your creation with everybody. And then 1313, we have starting fresh. Encouragement, goals, foundations, creative ventures, communication. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and trust in your decisions. Pile number 2. All right, I really love this for you. And then to end it off, we're going to go ahead and pick an affirmation that you need to hear at this time. And let's see. Come on now. It says, I set goals and go after them with all the determination I can muster. When I do this, my own skills and talents will take me to places that amaze me. That was a beautiful thing to end out, pile number 2, and I hope this resonates. So if this message resonates, Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And also share it to anybody you feel may need to hear this message at this time right now. Also, I am offering personal readings, and all of that will be down in the description box below. I will see you guys next time. Y'all stay flowing, glowing, and growing. Bye. Hello, pal number 3. So you guys chose Nagami. And she is the goddess of desire. And it's card number 8. You guys might be saying 888, but also even just speaking on the 88 portal, you know, in this energy of 8, you know, the energy of 8 brings in abundance. It's new beginnings. It's starting fresh. It is, you know, passion. It's desire. It's the things that you truly want manifested into your reality. That is what the number 8 gives. When you flip it over, it's the infinity. So it's literally all the cycles and things that, you know, you have gone through is coming full circle. You guys might, it's an ending of one cycle and then the beginning of a new cycle. So that is literally the infinity sign. But the number 8 is so powerful because it's like, you stepping into your embodiment, you stepping into who you are at your core, not afraid to show up, not afraid to step out and go where your desires are leading you. You know, look at, she's this beautiful, like this beautiful dress she has. You know, she has this arrow and she's like, that's what I want and I'm finna get it, period. Okay, it's giving very much fire energy. I'm getting Sagittarius, but it's like, I have that goal. My eye is set there and that's what I want and I'm gonna get it. And it's being rooted in what you want and not wavering. And that's what I get so much from this card. But let's see what Nagami has to say. All right, so Nagami is the goddess of desire, and she's from Ashanti Akan. So the temple is conjurers, and the element is air. Nagami is a triple moon goddess. Oh, excuse me. Let me hold it up so you guys can see. So Nagami is the triple moon goddess of the Ashanti. Every new day, this mother goddess rebirths the sun, shooting life into us with her moon bow. Her lunar rays illuminate souls. Dream bigger. Puny desires constrict you. Your desires create your life, so allow them to flow boldly. The embodiment. What do you really desire? Get specific. See it, smell it, feel it, call it in now. What you desire desires you. Does your desire flow from love or fear? Manifestations that come from fear-based desires keep you safe and small. Desires that come from your soul expand your world. The goddess declaration is, what I desire desires me. So like I said, pile number 3, you guys, it's heavy on like manifesting the things that you desire to come into your reality. And the thing that stood out to me the most is what you desire desires you, but also being mindful that are you desiring something that is fear-based or something that actually enlightens your soul, that actually expands your soul's growth. You know, it allows you to step fully and express all of you. So it's being mindful and really getting really specific about what exactly you want to desire. Is it unconditional love? Is it a partner coming in, a divine partner? What is it? Is it tribe, a soul tribe, you know, friendships that pour into your soul, that speak life into you? What exactly is it that you guys desire, pile number 3? Because with this 88 portal, just this energy alone, these things are happening fast. The manifestations are happening fast. So it's up to you to get really, really specific and really mean it with your chest, okay? Put your heart into it because the universe listens to your heart. It's the energy. It's more so the energy than it is the actual words. It's your intention. So getting really specific with your intention and what exactly you want to bring into this reality. I know that is what Spirit is wanting for you guys, because with these things coming in, you don't want to attract everything because you're not rooted in the things that you actually want. And I think it's really just like gauging what it is you value. What are your values? What it is that you truly value in yourself, but also in a person, whether this is a divine union What is it that you desire? Get really, really specific. And let's see what else wants to come out for you guys. But I'm just getting that. Ooh, come on. I'm just getting that abundance energy. All right. The cards are flipping out, pile number 3. Just like these manifestations, they want to come out really quickly, okay? Is there anything else, Spirit, that pile number 3 needs to hear at this time? All right. All right. Let me go ahead and get this all together, and I'll be right back. All right, pile number 3. So starting off with the 5 of Swords, I just get very much Tower energy, but you guys decided, you guys were smart enough to step back when all the destruction was happening. Like, and thank the divine, because pile number 2 got the Tower moment as well. But I just feel like everybody that comes across this reading, we're all going through a spiritual awakening at this time. And with that spiritual awakening, the spirit is going to give you a soft little nudge, or they going to come down and break everything down while you're still in it so you can see for yourself. But I feel like with you guys, y'all was just like, I feel like spirit is trying to tell me to move. I feel like spirit is trying to, come in and do its thing. And you guys took the initiative and was like, let me step back. And now look, you see how everything in the background is just like, okay, all of that had to break down. That foundation had to break down. And sometimes we can stay in that energy of like, oh my goodness, I put all my blood, sweat, and tears in this thing. But that's not what spirit had for you. That is not what spirit wanted for you. Spirit had wanted something better for you. So this could have been a job opportunity. This could have been a relationship, a friendship, whatever the case may be. But spirit is saying like there was something better for you guys. And that's why those things had to go. That's why these things had to literally self-destruct, because it was not meant for you. Especially it was not meant for you in this next season that you're coming in. Like I said, it's an ending and a new beginning with that infinity sign, so it's all coming full circle. So with the 9 of chalices upright, I always speak of like pouring into yourself, and in the midst of, as you take care of other people, like whether it's a child, whether it's, your loved ones, whatever the case may be, responsibilities. As she's eating the cookie, I'm like, okay, cool. She's making sure she's fed. Even though she's looking over the children or watching the children, she's making sure she good. I feel as though it coming out in reverse just gives me, you guys were in the energy of over giving and not pouring into yourself. And that's why that Tower moment had to come. You guys were overworking yourself. You guys were not sitting in your emotions, because with the moon coming out, the focus was not emotions. I feel like the moon coming out, even with her, with the Nagami, she was like, this is a moon. It's a moon spear. You guys were not focused on your own desires. It was more so on outside responsibilities, external things. I have to pay the bill. I have to take care of this. I have to take care of this. It's all of those things. But Spirit's like, okay, no. Check in with your emotions. Get really, really specific. And I see 11111 on the clock. Get really, really specific about the things that you want, what you truly desire. That's why these things it was not fulfilling. At the end of the day, it was not fulfilling. And that's why spirit comes in and intervene. There is divine intervention, because the things, it was not fulfilling. It's time for you, 3 of Wands, to build a better foundation. Putting that stake in the ground and saying like, this is actually what I want. Let's build that foundation from scratch. So it'll be a healthy foundation for these things to come in. With the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Chalices coming in, we have one that's moving fast and one that's moving a little bit slower. But they're both coming in, and you have the choice. With the Magician, you have the choice to choose. Or even if it, and that's why I say, even in the past reading, I said, take that even out of your mind of like, oh, I have to choose this, or I have to choose this, I have to choose this. It is what you desire. And if it's both, okay, you get both energies. If it's this, it's that energy. Choose what your soul desires. And usually it's really what your soul wants. If your soul wants expansion, it's going to choose an energy that will expand you. It will choose these circumstances. It will choose these experiences that will expand your soul's growth. And if that's what you want, I know that's what your soul wants. So when these opportunities do come in, don't choose out of safety. Oh, you know what? I feel safe. Like, it's safe. It's not really, I don't grow. I just stay in it. Like, it's safe. It makes sense. It makes sense for us to be together. Logically, this career makes sense for me because that's what my parents went. That's what everybody around me does. So that's why, it just makes sense for me to do that. No, your soul, pile number three, wants change. It wants expansion. It wants these things. It literally is wanting that in your reality. And with this 8-8 portal, I'm speaking on it because it's like that energy is what is going to push that forward and bring that into your reality, these manifestations. So it's saying, like, really boggle down and really say, like, what exactly does my soul want? My soul wants to express itself. My soul wants to be in the spotlight or be what exactly does it want? Think on that without the external noise, without the practicality. Dream big. Okay, don't think small because everybody around you is thinking small. Everybody around you is stuck in limited beliefs and limited thinking and stuff like that. Don't think that way. Dream bigger. You are not your circumstances. You are not what you've been through. You are not your environment. You are a soul having a human experience, and the soul wants growth. It wants these things to come in. It wants these things so that it can learn, it can expand. That is why that person had to come into your life and expand you in this area. That is why this job had to come into your life and expand you in this area. They're all stepping stones for you to get to your best potential, for you to get to your greatest potential. Okay, so that's why these things, there are learning moments. But when that lesson is learned, it's time for you to move on. I feel like you guys, pile number three, it's a lot of like you holding on to the things that, how, whether it's a relationship, it's a job where you held on to it so long because it's like it was something that made you grow so much. And there's an attachment, there's a sense of attachment there because it made you grow so much. And we have that, like, that attachment to it because we grew. And that's what gives us that sense of attachment. But when you are no longer growing and you've become in a state of stagnancy, it's time for you to push on and move forward. And your soul is saying that it desires growth. It desires these things. Allow these things, these manifestations, these blessings to come in for your soul's growth because you will enjoy it. And that's why I said spirit always has something better for us. We think that we play small and we have this plan, but really God's plan is way better, way bigger than our own plan. So I feel like pile number three, you guys needed to hear that. And let's see what angel number wants to come in to assist you on this, on letting go and releasing things that no longer serve you so you can step in and create space for these new things to come in. All right, let's see. So the first card that came out is 666. Come on out. Reflect. It says love, affection, compassion. And I have to stop right here because I know even just saying 666, certain people are like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Let's release the limiting beliefs, or like the beliefs that we attached ourselves to based off of external things. Apply different meanings to different things and what it means to you. Always do that. Don't just take, oh, this is what it is and like run with it. If you say in your mind, this is an angel number and I love the angels are trying to help me in my growth and stuff like that, or you even just take a screenshot of this card so you can apply a different meaning to the number, go ahead and do that. Whatever helps you get out of a fear-based mentality, because I feel like that's what it's been. It's been a lot of fear-based reality. Fear-based realities that you've been in, and when things like this pop up, it's like, oh my gosh, that 666, oh, that's the devil, no. Take out of the religious things and just apply different meanings to what you feel, what your soul feels, what you resonate to. All right, so let me reread it again. So 666, reflect. love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, and self-love. This is what the card represents. All right, it says several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. You need a mental shift toward greater optimism, self assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better use them to help you become a better person. So pile number 3, heavy on the emotions. Even with the moon speaks of emotion. It speaks of utilizing your intuition. It speaks of, even the rage. Like there's a reason why these things are coming up from you. It's spirit saying, like, listen to those nudges, those gut feelings, your emotions. Listen to it. It's guiding you. They are your guide. They're telling you, like, this don't feel right. I don't know. This not feel right. And some people are off put when you say, like, the energy. But if you're sensitive to the energy, then you're sensitive to the damn energy. That's your gift. That's your superpower. Okay? Other people don't have that gift, and that's not for them to have. All right? So pile number 3, listen to your gut feelings. It will save you from circumstances and places that you do not need to be a part of. Okay, like with the 5 of Swords, how that thing came burning down and you was outside of the building looking at it. That is why you listen to your gut. So it'll help you. You don't need to burn down with the building. Come on now. So it says 0707, compromise, self-awareness, forgiveness, professionalism, empathy, tenacity, and freedom. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. Come on. And that's why I said, even with rage coming out, like, Medusa has this negative connotation of negative things, stories that people created because they did her wrong and they reacted based off of her reaction to the wrongdoing. And you see how people create storylines based off of that, like, oh, because of, but they don't take a step back and be like, wait, what did you do? It's always, this is how you reacted, but why did I react that way? But Medusa is not just this ugly, vicious person. Like, no, she is not. She's already evolved past that. But you see how people continue on the storyline and creating this negative storyline because that is what sticks. Negativity sticks in a lot of people's subconscious. That's what that is literally what hell is. We create this because humans, we love to create that kind of chaos, So now it's saying, like, let go of that. Let go of the grudges. Let go of all of those things. Okay? So now let's see. The last card that came out is 2121. Energy levels, prosperity, harmony, journey, waiting, discipline, exaggeration, the opposite sex. That day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You're getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. Trust in you. Come on now. And it's the climb. That song, come on now. Go ahead and play that song because that's what it gives. It's been a journey, but listen, it's a climb. It's not an elevator ride. It's not going to be fast. Okay? It's not going to be fast. Trust in your journey. It is still happening. Just because you do not see your manifestations happening right now, it doesn't mean that it's not on its way. All right. And then to end off your reading, let's go ahead and pick an affirmation card or affirmation. Okay, these two want to come out. Let's see. So the first one, it says, I am rising above the thoughts that are trying to make me angry or afraid. Come on now. Come on. Oh, excuse me. Maybe pile number 3. You might need to look at pile number 2, because I am so sorry. I just noticed that I'm on Nagami, and Nagami is desire. But I feel like it's been interconnected with rage as well. And if listen, if that has been coming up, because it's been mingling. I feel that, because even with the emotions coming up, I feel like you guys need to go ahead and listen to pound number 2 if you did not listen to pound number 2 yet, because I'm so sorry. I started from desire, but I feel like there's a lot of pent up emotions from the rage that is stopping you from your desires coming in. And that's why spirit is saying, like, even it's the negative thoughts, it's the negative beliefs, it's the anger, it's the being afraid, it's being fearful. So I feel like definitely take a look at even pile number 2 or pile number 1 as well, because all of these definitely coincide with one another for sure. But yeah, so let me read this again. It says, I am rising above the thoughts that are trying to make me angry or afraid. You are not your thoughts, pile number 3. And it says, I use obstacles to motivate me to learn and grow. I just said this. I use obstacles to motivate me to learn and grow. Okay? And that's why I said your soul desires growth. Your soul wants to go through obstacles so it can grow. That's how it gains wisdom. All right? But I absolutely love this for you guys, pound number 3. If this message resonates, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and share it to anybody you feel may need to hear this message at this time. Once again, I am offering personal readings, so everything will be down in the description box below. I will see you guys next time. Y'all stay flowing, glowing, and growing. Bye.